everyone. So today we are working on an 89 240SX. It's a customer's car, a friend of ours. He just scooped this thing up. I'm just gonna be going through it right now. It's a single cam motor, 5-speed. We're pretty much just gonna be making sure that the engine is healthy, and then we're actually gonna be boosting this car. Not too many people like boosting the single jingles, but he said, I have half the turbo stuff anyways, why the hell not? We're gonna boost her up. So I'm gonna take you on the journey of us doing a little bit of a boost, weld the diff, make this thing fun. Let's go. So right now, I am compression testing it. We'll see where that leads us. Hopefully we get good numbers. All right, so just did a quick compression test, and we got about 130 PSI across the boards. I'd say she's ready for a little bit of boost. See what we can do. Juice her up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, PSI, whatever. As you can see, we've pretty much just been disassembling at this point. We're gonna be putting a different radiator in, taking out everything, you know, that's emissions-wise, charcoal canister, evap, all that good stuff. We're taking out all the AC components, the compressor, the condenser, stock exhaust header, gone, turbo manifold. Unfortunately, we have one stud that's broken, so we're gonna be welding a nut on that to extract it. We're just moving along. I'm gonna call this car the S13 Hotboi starter pack car. Gonna be ordering some coilovers, some wheels, and right now I'm actually fitting up the kit. Just put the side skirt on to see what it would look like. Put the rear bumper, got some clamps holding it for now. We got the coilovers in. They need to be adjusted. We got Rob over here, laying it down in the diff. Our customer stated that they wanted to do some 6 skids in this car, so skids we shall give them. Mr. Robert welded up the rear diff for some 6 skids. Just a little bit ago, I sandblasted this rear diff cover here. Unfortunately, there was some cracks, so I just burred those out a little bit, and we're gonna be welding up and grinding down smooth. New tension rods. The stock tension rod bushings were just completely shot, and you know, we want a nice tight front end for those drifts, so I'm going to be replacing this outer tie rod. We also had to do a little bit of frame repair, all new metal welded in, all pretty. It's in much better condition than it was. We're going to also be fixing this. The seat is actually coming through the floor. One step at a time, baby, one step at a time. So here's our little Trubinsky here. Ew! So I'm about to start fabbing up the downpipe. As you can see, it's gotta come from here and go down there. Downpipe. Going down. So we got a lot of our piping from Vibrant to make the downpipe, and also kind of with a mix of some pieces of downpipe that were supplied by the customer. So we just cut the flanges off of that and reuse this pipe. Turbo. Snakes itself right down. This would technically be where like the test pipe would be, or your catalytic converter. So we're just gonna straight pipe right through, finish this section up, and then we're good on the exhaust. Wow. So like I said, no test pipe, no cat. So there she is. Still waiting on a flex pipe to add into here, but other than that, we'll get the rest welded up. The exhaust is wrapped up, got it all done from the turbo all the way back. I will specify I didn't make this complete exhaust because we already had ISR, freaking blast pipe, lobster tail type deal. I'll show you real quick. See that cool little lobster tail looking bing bang, walla wang? I welded in a bung for the AFR gauge. I added a flex pipe. It's good to have flex pipes on your exhausts because your motor, if you didn't know, actually twists, especially during the drifts under heavy loads. So the flex pipe helps and keeps everything intact, because with a solid pipe and a motor flexing, you're surely gonna break either the exhaust, the turbo manifold, whatever. We got the exhaust done, and on this car, we're running an external wastegate. So I made simple screamer pipe. This is where the wastegate is going to be exiting. We were originally gonna do a hood dump, but this is a stock S13 hood and it's pretty nice. So I said, let's just point it to the ground, boys. You know, let's save this hood. Let's preserve the fineness of the S13s that we can. So it's gonna go up to that flange up there. I'll get some nuts and bolt it up. It'll be about right there. It should be pretty loud, straight pipe, external dump. It's gonna make some nice noises. So now that the exhaust and the wastegate dump tube are set and good to go, I am working on fitting up the intercooler piping right now. Here is our intercooler. So right now I'm working on the turbo side. So it's gonna go like that, come up through there, and then there's our turbo. We'll have the coupler come out like this, and then that's when we'll have to modify the pipe for it to fit right there. And then this side's definitely gonna be a little bit trickier. A lot of kits typically go from the throttle body and then down through the battery tray. I'd rather not cut up the battery tray, to be honest, so I'm gonna see if we can work around it. Worst case, we'll have to relocate the battery if we get to that point, but I think we can make something work. So I just got done doing this pipe from the turb ski. You can see, da-na-na-na-na, straight 90 down, another 90, boom, to the intercooler. Now I have to figure out my throttle body side, and this side's definitely going to be the trickier side. This side is not going to be the same because I have my battery here, which is pretty much completely in the way. So remove this battery, we'll get a small battery about half its size. That'll only take up a portion of the battery tray and drill a hole down there so that it can exit out here to the intercooler. Just a quick fill in to tell you where I am. Valve cover got a little cleaning up, some textured black paint, and then sanded down the fins in the top. Radiators back in, fan shroud, GK Tech fan shroud, or GK Tech fan blades. Got the other intercooler pipe done to the intercooler. Back all the way over to the turbo. Rob got everything welded up. We got some bigger aftermarket injectors for more fuel for the boost. I have to gap the spark plugs. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with these wires. We're gonna have to do some type of fire protectant from them because this turbo and the manifold is gonna get super hot. Gonna need to do a couple vacuum ports, make sure everything is properly blocked off. Gotta do the MAP and IAT sensors. So I still have to put a battery strap in. See, the intercooler pipe goes through the other half of the battery tray. Welded that bung on for our IAT sensor and put that right there for our idle air control valve. Fresh fuel filter. This is a Z32 fuel filter. I'll replace all this fuel lines, making sure everything's fresh, ready to go. Tomorrow is dyno day, so that will be fun. See what this little thing puts down for some numbers. This is just about the final product. We might end up coating the downpipe, but for now we're good. Radiator's in place, coolant is bled, clutch fan is good. Battery fits in the tray, gave it a little cleaning. Tomorrow's dyno day. Stay tuned and see what we make for numbers. We made it to Turbo Mike's. It is dyno day for the S13 Hotboi starter pack, aka single overhead cam Turbo 240. We were close. This is better than the Camaro, at least. All right, so the S13 Hotboi starter pack, aka the 240 single jingle turbo, did it overall good. I'd say this is a successful day on the dyno, except for near the end, the clutch started slipping. So not the worst thing that could happen. We're gonna have to get it back to the shop, toss in a better clutch that can handle the horsepower, and we'll be back. Safe, you know, this thing's not gonna blow up and we can beat the shit out of it, you know what I mean? That's one way to get it broken in, I'd say. So we are here today, another chilly New Hampshire day, and the single cam KAT Hotboi starter pack is back. It has fresh paint and they just got some wheels, and I think they're gonna toast up a burnout for us. See what we got.
All right, so we originally met the boys over at EVG by doing a drift event that we called Drift Stars. We hosted it with our buddy Tim. You know, we got to meet some cool people along the way, and on that journey, they ended up building this car for us. When we first got it, it was not looking too good, I'll tell you that. It was barely running actually at that. Now it's fully boosted, it's got a fresh paint job, it's lowered, all new suspension components, and it's ready to get roasted.
It's a very proper car now. So thank you to the boys over at EVG. Really appreciate the time and the effort. Honestly, it came out perfect and more than what we expected.
We're gonna ruin these set of stock tires real quick before we throw the nice wheels on, you know what I mean? Oh, geez, that was honestly the first time I've done that, I'm not gonna lie.
Single jiggle, baby, perfectly done. Thank you, boys.
Kai and Landon are gracious enough, since I did build this car, they're gonna let me whip a quick shitty. So let's whip a quick shitty.